This accomplished and award-winning artist has starred in hit Broadway shows such as The Lion King and Aida, has had a very successful career as a chart-topping singer, and has brought her talents to the small screen on hit shows such as Chicago Med and Sweet Magnolias. Now you can catch this multi-talented star in an upcoming performance at this weekend's Light Festival. And here to tell us more about that performance and her illustrious career is the one and only Heather Headley. Hey, Heather.
Hey, Val, how you doing?
Girl, we are hanging in this pandemic. How are you?
We're better than I thought we would be. You know what I mean? And I'm thanking God for that. Like when this first started, I remember just thinking like, oh my gosh, how are we gonna get through? We're crying. But I will say that let's take away, which I know we can't, let's take away the death and the hurt and the pain and the illness and the anxiety and everything. I think there have been some great moments of beauty in it. There's been beauty in the ashes. We've gotten closer as a family. I've fallen in love with my husband a little more. I've learned to cook a lot of things that I just didn't think we'd learn to cook.
Really? Yeah.
You know what I mean? And been with the kids and watched them grow up in front of us. So I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but there's some of it I'm grateful for. So we're doing okay. We're doing better than I thought.
You know what? You're not alone in that, because I've talked to a lot of people that, have suffered tremendously. And then a lot of people who have, for the very same reasons you said, have found the highlights, so to speak, if you can, of this time. But you said something that piqued my curiosity. You fell in love with your husband all over again. Do tell, because the divorce rates are up for a lot of couples in this pandemic.
Right, that's what I was hearing. It's funny, when my husband and I, when this first started in March and we decided to really shut down, he said to me, he said, Head, I think there are going to be maybe more victims or even as many victims due to the virus than literally from, and meaning like the divorce rates and the abuse and it just was all the bad stuff. But I was like, I'm watching that, like all the divorce rates that have gone down. But on our end, it has been so fun to just have him home, because he's such a great friend of mine. Like, he's my best friend. And so we've just kind of, I know, the other day he said to me, he's like, I have to go back to work at some point. And I was like, no, you're not. You're not going back to work, because I need you here to hang out with me. But it's been those nights that all we had to do was watch movies. You know what I mean? And cook together. And every morning he wakes up and makes breakfast for the kids before he gets on to his work. And just kind of seeing him with our children, like we've had dance parties in the house, watching him with the kids. And you're just kind of like, oh, he's fine. He's cute.
Okay. He doesn't necessarily want the role of Mr. Mom, but you're like, I kind of like seeing him in this role. Well, listen. That is true, but we have to talk about you and everything you're up to. First off, congratulations on being in one of the most iconic festivals here in Chicago. Tell us about this performance and what we can look forward to.
Val, they said the lights in Chicago, and they had me at I didn't even have to get to the rest, because it was Chicago. I feel in this year, just as all the stuff we talked about, like we need it, right? We just need. Like, I remember thinking at the beginning of this year, like I was like, this virus may get a lot of things, but please, Lord, don't let it get the holidays and Christmas. And so I know, so the fact that the city's going ahead with it, we need it after everything that happened this year, and so it's going to be beautiful, even if people have to watch it at home, even if you drive down in your cars, in the safety of your cars and everything like that. Miss Hudson, Jennifer, who has been channeling Miss Aretha, she is singing for the gods. So it's beautiful, just gorgeous, and just in the weather and just Chicago being around, just kind of engulfing everybody. So when she's singing, Rascal Flatts is there, and there's nothing said about them, and then I guess Mickey and Minnie are making their appearances. It's going to be a lot of fun for what it is, and still make us feel like it's the holidays and we're kicking off Chicago, which we need to do. Just kick it off. You know what I mean? And
exactly.
Enjoy it.
We need that. We need that moment here in Chicago more than ever. And speaking of J. Hud, you and J. Hud and Mary J. Blige are going to be in the Aretha Franklin biopic. Respect. Talk about what a dynamic cast and how great that's going to be. We're all waiting for that.
I know. I am too. Listen about forget me. Forrest Whitaker is in there, who's doing an amazing job in it. Yeah, he is in there too. Marlon Wayans. It's like such a cast. Titus Burgess is such a cast. Audra McDonald. It's really a great cast. But I'm not lying to you. There were some days that I had to be in the church with Jennifer, and things happened in there that you could never recreate. Or even if you were doing a movie about the movie and saying this is the making of, you could never recreate it, because it literally was like there were times that I was like, okay, I think Aretha Franklin just showed up here and possessed the woman, and we had some church, because she would there's that iconic when she does the recordings of Precious Lord. So we all had to be in the church for it. And it really is some good singing that she's doing, and some good acting. And Forrest is amazing in it. And so you'll love it. You really will love it. So you'll have to.
Oh, I already know. I know. And quit saying forget. You, honey, you're in this, and you are not chopped liver, baby, okay?
Very kind. Oh my gosh, I had to play Clara Ward. And there was one time they put this wig on me, and Clara was very into her, she thought she was a fashionista. But I don't even think I could fit it into the Zoom camera. Like, my wig was like this big, and all that. And I remember I called my mother to be like laughing with her, because this is the 60s, laughing with her, like, look at me. And my mother's like, finally, you got some good hair. Because I was just like my mother was like, I'm living my best life through your hair.
I had a girlfriend once say to me, the bigger the hair, the closer to heaven.
So my mother was like, you're finally coming to where you should be.
Oh, well, Heather, or if I'm lucky enough to say like your husband Head, it has been such a pleasure to talk with you today and tell us all about the Magnificent Lights Festival. We cannot wait to see you and J. Hud kill it on that stage. That's for sure. All the best to you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. And it's such a pleasure to be a member, a citizen of Chicago. And I hope everybody will tune in to see the lights. And then everybody will drive down safely, drive in, mask up, and go see it. Because it's such a beautiful part of what we are in Chicago, who we are in Chicago. So go on it.
So true. Again, thanks so much for joining us. And like she said, make sure you tune in this Sunday, November 22nd at 6 p.m. to see Heather perform during this year's Magnificent Mile Lights Festival. You can watch it right here on ABC 7. All right, coming up next, our friend Richard Roper joins us to tell us whether you should spend or save on movies this weekend. We'll be right back.